Okay, it's time to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu. I saw this movie twice. The second time I had to see it in IMAX because I knew it looked amazing and that it was kind of shot for IMAX. Filmed entirely in Los Angeles by Jon Favreau. Stars Pedro Pascal, Brendan Wayne, and I forget the other guy's name. And Grogu himself. From the name of the account, Sigourney Weaver. She's barely even a character in this movie. Same with Zeb. If you like the show, you'll like the movie, and that's kind of the problem. Obsession and the Backrooms are dominating this weekend compared to this movie, a Star Wars movie, which is crazy. I love The Mandalorian. It came out when I was in college, and I was there for the second season, the third season, Ahsoka, Boba Fett. I watched all the shows, and that was Star Wars the past couple years. And it's been 7 years since they had a theatrically released, since their abomination of Rise of Skywalker. And it's now under the leadership of Dave Filoni, and people are criticizing him for this. But really, this was definitely a Kathleen Kennedy move, telling Jon Favreau, hey, if you have a fourth season of the show, let's work it into a movie. And that's exactly what they did. Kind of like a lot of people are saying, you can kind of see where the episodes end in this. Yes and no. It is a throughout story of Mandalorian taking down some Imperial remnants and then dealing with the son of Jabba the Hutt. You don't know how hard it is being the son of Jabba the Hutt. But it's Jeremy Allen White as a big buff Hutt, and he's not a bad guy. They show that, and Mando helps him, and then Mando rescues him. It's pretty much a movie. And then who they rescue him by are the other Hutts that you see in Boba Fett, his cousins or his or aunt, uncle, I don't know. But they basically are like, kill him. He's like, no. They take off his helmet, and he's like, I'm gonna murder all of you now. And he does. Mando is straight up the Batman, John Wick, John Wayne, like gunslinger, cowboy, killer. Not so much Batman, but like he has Batman-esque qualities. And the whole beginning, he's basically in like Gotham City. Grogu, the puppetry of Grogu is amazing. There's a part where he's like jumping on the bed. Some of it has to be CGI, but like it's insane where they come. But at the same time, it's like, okay, he has gotten older. He's no longer just like stuck in his little floating crib. He walks around, jumps. I don't want to say talks. He's basically a 2 to 3 year old toddler. People say he's like 5. No, he's not 5. That's kind of a downside for me is like, this is the movie after 3 seasons of a show, and it's basically another episode of the 3rd season or the 2nd season. You could slide it right in and nothing changes. Theatrically, I feel like you want something, like, you want more. Like in the 3rd season, Pedro wasn't in it at all besides doing the voice. This one, he had the 5-minute awesome action sequence against the snake and like the little aliens in the water, whatever they're called. And that was my favorite scene in the movie. Well, my favorite scene in the movie was Grogu on his own taking care of Mando after he's wounded. And, you know, he does that epic, like, heroic run taking down all the bad guys. He's poisoned, he's dying. They go off on their little ship after they try to rescue him. They make it all the way there and make it to him. Just their ships, it's so small. But like you see it in the distance and it looks like a big ship. But they're flying there and they're all packed in and Grogu's the biggest one on the ship. And you don't think anything of it until he gets there. It's funny. There's a lot of cute little funny moments like that. Like the puppetry with Grogu is literally, like, phenomenal. Like, I think this movie could get an Oscar for that. Like, it was good. Like, this movie was good. It's just an action adventure movie. And the problem is, it needed to be a little more. But like what I saw, I liked. Like I said, the Pedro Unmasked, his heroic run where he's almost dying. Maybe they should have killed him off. I sent a question to House of R podcast saying, it sucks that we're seeing everything at face value, but do you think there might be something more? And I feel like there should have been something more. Like I do want to see a time jump where Grogu is the Mandalorian and he can use the Force, and maybe he has his own little Mandalorian helmet, and like he has the same exact personality as Din. You know, he's this badass, quiet, you know, stoic kind of I don't want to say. He's charismatic, but he's got like a little weight to him. You know, I can see that for Grogu in the future. And like, I just kind of see it now. I want to see it now. And like, have him like hang out with Rey and Finn and Poe. Like, why the fuck not? Like, if you want to connect these movies, Starfighter's coming out next year. This could have been an easy segue to like continue the future on path of the sequel trilogy because they fumbled with the Ben Solo shit. They fumbled with everything they've been doing, really, because people are tarnishing this brand and it's Star Wars. People love Star Wars. It's for kids, and like you introduce your kids into it, but like kids don't like Star Wars anymore because of what they've done. Mando and Grogu was a good entry to come